pop up on your screen, and that means we are live.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live Pendergast podcast. It's my second one today. Listen, you guys know the deal and the routine. This episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial needs analysis today by my man Seth Starnes. And dude, Jason, I tell everybody this. Don't buy an off-the-rack suit because for 90% of us, it's not going to fit us correctly. And when your suit don't fit you correctly, it hinders your body position, your style, causes arm problem, all kinds of fucking issues, right? So don't do that. You need to go out and go to bisontrack.com, get you a full custom suit started. I got the suit, the chest protector, the gloves, the undersuit, the whole nine. Super easy process. You can get cowhide, kangaroo, perforated, non-perforated, water hump, airbag, the whole nine, right? Bisontrack.com. Trust me, Robert and Tasha are some of the most beautiful people you're ever going to meet. They're at the racetrack every freaking racetrack. So if you have a mishap, anything unfortunate happens, you take it to them. Sailor Tage gets it done, handles, dude, and you're back out on the track, right? So bisontrack.com, people. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to sit down with my man and the legend himself, Jason Doss. What is up, brother?
What's up, man?
What's going on, bud? I've been looking forward to this, and dude, it was an honor to actually meet you at VIR.
Yeah, man. It was cool, man. I'm glad you came and got to hang out and talk and chill and talk about motorcycles and racing and all kinds of stuff.
That's right. So next time you go to VR, you know what to do, right?
Oh yeah. Hit you up, tell you I'm coming, and don't crash.
Right, and I'll be there. Right, we'll set up. We'll cook some dinner, and yeah, dude, we'll have fun, man, for sure. I'm looking forward to it, man. But yeah, dude, it's been an awesome day today. I'm off on Friday, so my wife and son went to work. So I did a podcast earlier with Phil Chapman. Cool. He is absolutely amazing. That was so much fun. Of course, his son Matthew won the 2024 Junior Cup champ.
Cup. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, the last ever. Now it'll be the Talent Cup next year, but yeah. So big shout out to the Chapmans. You guys are proper mega. Right there's this T-shirt hanging up. I wore it earlier. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's freaking go, dude. I can't wait to see what this legend, the future legend of our sport, that Matt is. I can't wait to see what's next in 2025 and what holds for him in his future, because it's super proper mega bright, as I always say, right? I got to use that proper mega because that's like the best thing you could say about anything. There's no other two words that can beat that, right? Mega, right?
That's right.
It's just like when I meet people, I don't say, hey, it's nice to meet you. I always tell everybody it's an absolute honor to meet you, right? That honor word. It's a connection that we're fortunate enough in this short lifetime that we get to share the same passion and the same love for our sport and be able to connect, so it's always an honor. Absolutely. But yeah, Jason, dude, the room's looking good, buddy.
Oh yeah, I've had a couple good years racing, with Wera and nationals, and we're leading the points going into the GNF. So hopefully you get down there and make a good showing and win a championship.
Let's fucking go, bro. Let's make it happen. You'll do it.
Yeah,
you'll do it. So listen, before we get into all that, dude, Jason, I want to take it back to the very beginning. How did you get involved in the wonderful world of twos?
Your journey. I was raised up, in the country, and I actually started riding four-wheelers first when I was little, and I made a little tracker out of the back in the horse pasture. And man, I didn't have no friends to really ride with, because a lot of parents didn't really. My dad bought me the ATV and a little 70 Honda, and man, I rode the wheels off the thing. I would go out there and just pretend I was in a race. And you know what I'm saying? And just try to go fast as I can. I've hit some trees and tore up a bunch of stuff. And then after that, I got a little dirt bike and started riding some and enjoyed that. But then I had like a setback when I was 10 years old. I got riding a lawnmower. Anything with a motor in it, man, I wanted to drive it, ride it. I didn't care if it was slow or fast. I just liked it, And fella had an accident, fell off and lost some fingers, and that was kind of a setback. I really didn't jump back on to anything until my mom got married, and it was actually my stepdad, which passed away. Charlie, he owned a car lot, and I was probably just about getting my license. I really hadn't got back into riding anything because just the hand strength wasn't there. And then somebody came in and traded a older ZX6 Kawasaki Ninja back in, and my stepdad took it in on trade. And I said, "Man, what are you gonna do with that bike?" And I kind of kept bugging him to let me ride it, And man, I took off on the thing, and I was like doing some back roads riding, and I was like, "Man, I can't believe they sell something that goes this fast." It just got all in my head. I started riding it, and then I had first, time being on a bike that fast. Made some mistakes, and I didn't go down, but I remember going through ran off the road, and I learned back then, it's if you're not concentrating, and you're easy to get distractions. Maybe a motorcycle ain't right, right for you, because you got to stay so focused on everything that's going on. So I took something, right off my mind, even just a glimpse at a bird flying by. The next thing you know, you're running off the road. So,
especially on the street.
Yeah, especially on the street. That happened on the street, riding on the street. Then I got hooked on it, went to the dealership, bought a brand new bike, and started
What bike
riding.
was it?
It was a 2004 CBR.
Nice.
Yeah.
600 F4i.
Yeah. And then I rode that a while, and then I ended up getting a 2006 CBR 600 and RR, and I rode the wheels off that, man. And like the people around in my city, just, this dude's crazy. He needs to go to the track, and I ended up taking their advice because I knew that one day I was not going to have a lucky day. I've been so lucky to have lucky days. I remember one night, dude, I cut a deer into over 120, and it really didn't faze me, and it was on a dealership bike. Rusty Reynolds at Triangle Cycles to tell you all about it. I had to call and say, he knew when I was calling him at late at night, man, he was like, "Tell me you're all right." I was like, "Man, I'm okay, but your bike's all tore up." But
did you get fired?
No, man. No, didn't get fired. But he said he did let me ride a few more bikes, but it was like Gold Wings and stuff, and I didn't ever take a crotch rocket back out, But yeah, and being that said, Rusty at Triangle Cycles always helped me out. He kind of got me started doing the track days. He actually back in the day helped. I can't remember. It'll come back to me, man. I can't remember right now, but he helped a rider out back in the early 90s. So yeah, he's been a good help, with the motorcycle stuff. But yeah, after that, man, I got, started doing the track days, and then got up to decent speed. And then I said, well, I think I'm ready for the first race. And then found out that, hey, I ain't so fast in A group. I got to learn all over because the racers out here are on point, So, but we've been getting faster and faster. I'm getting older. I wish I'd have got started a little bit younger in it, but I had that setback. So, but
yeah, it's still everybody's journey is unique, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, there's a lot of things I say. It's like, man, I kind of regret that, and I wish I didn't do this. But at the end of the day, when I really think about it, it's not really regrets, right? It's part of our life's lessons, and it's funny the way life takes us on this crazy
journey.
Yeah, bro. And dude, just enjoy the ride, right? It's not the destination; it's the journey, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's dude, that. You cracked me up. Me and my wife actually hit a deer. I had my first Ducati. It was a 748. And I'm out here in Roanoke, Virginia, so the Blue Ridge Parkway is all over. And yes, the parkway is 45 miles an hour, but dude, it's like 70, 80 miles an hour on like 45-mile-an-hour roads, dude, is like perfect, right? You're not pushing it. It's well, that's not what I'm saying, people. I'm not saying to do this, but if you're comfortable, right? But man, it just flows so well. Anyway, I'm coming up on this right-hand corner, and it's a blind corner, right? So that means you can't see all the way through it. And the trees were coming up. dude. And I just remember glancing over to my left at the speedo, and my wife was on the back, and it was like 68 miles an hour right there at 70, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I come around the corner, bro, there was a deer straight smack dab in the middle of the double yellow lines, right? So at that instance, what do you do? If I stood it up, I already knew I was going to hit the deer, right? So I just cranked it over a little bit, got on the gas a little bit, and just dove up underneath. But as soon as I got up underneath it, he turned around and he hit me, and he sheared off my clutch lever and my turn signal, scratched the side of the fairings, kicked me in my fucking ribs, dude. My fucking side was killing me. I guess where it hit, and it flipped. It didn't hit my wife though.
Good.
So yeah, it was crazy. And we didn't go down, but after I stood it up after that, and I'm on the brakes. I went to go grab my clutch, and I'm like, I ain't got no clutch. So I leaned back. I was like, hang on, this is a twin. So when I cut this ignition, it's gonna hold on, is all I'm saying. Right. Yeah. So yeah, because that thing's rough with that dry clutch, try to downshift without no clutch in it. It was
when I hit that one, man, I was coming through the corner. And it was at night, but the roads were lit up on like city street lights. And it was right by the Goodyear plant. I don't know if anybody knows Danville, Virginia, but if you've been by the Goodyear plant, man, bikes used to go down there because it's got 2 high-speed corners and then a long straightaway. You can just, buck 60 if you want. And I was going through there, then left some guys behind me. I didn't got into my mood to go through the corners, fast. And when I was going to the left-hand corner, I just tipped the bike in. I seen the deer. He was running. I let the gas out, and that upset the bike. So then I seen him. He stopped, and I said, "Oh, I'm good." I got back in it, and then I found out I wasn't good. He was still coming, and I said, "Well, I'm just not going to let out. I hope I miss him." And we hit I guess perfectly. I hit him, and it felt like something's energy came on me, and then it went away. And I was almost running off the road a little bit, and got it back on the road. And I was like, "Oh man, I just hit a deer!" And it was like mind blowing a little bit. So you let out on the gas, and I'm looking in front of the bike, and I'm like, "Holy crap! It didn't even do nothing to the front end." And but it did. I just couldn't see the damage, at the time. So then I was like, "It's still going," but the lights were coming on, and I could smell radiator. It was starting to heat. I had to pull over, and that's when I had to call the owner. That the dealer from the dealership, it was the dealership's bike. But thank God, I didn't get hurt. And I've been in so many other on the road, I don't know, I couldn't explain how I thought that fast to get out of it. And I knew that one day I wasn't going to think that fast, and the road was just not for me. I don't even know, I rode on some, roads. I don't really enjoy it like I do on the track. I don't know why, but some people, everybody's different. But.
Well, that's what separates, I think, the Isle of Man TT riders from us, right? Is they're so comfortable riding on that close confined space versus a wide open space on public streets, right? Because when we're on a wide open space, Jason, we're just like, dude, even if I crash, I'm good, right? Yeah. So you don't even think about that, but we're on the street where it's like, man. Shit, I hope no gravel's here, hope no deer comes out, if you run off line, hope a freaking car ain't
coming. Of mine, I know. A buddy of mine, I crashed his bike too. It was a ZX6, and he had Dunlops on there, and I went to try them out, and he went in the corner, and it just went out from under me. I don't know, I don't know if it was maybe some oil or something, or the tires weren't warm. It just dragging on the ground. I was like sliding. I was like, "Oh, please don't hit the curbing." Well, I hit the curbing, flew over the curbing, and then there was a guardrail, and I flew over the guardrail into these briars, and now I had my suit on. And everything was good. But I remember getting up, and I was like, man, I crashed my buddy's bike, and and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of hurting a little bit. So state police and all that come, and they're writing some tickets or whatever. And the guy, he says, man, you think you're gonna be all right? And I said, I'm glad I called him. I waved off the ambulance the first time, and I got to hurting up in my lower area where I took the blunt force of the bike and the curve, I think, hit me kind of. I don't know if the bike hit me or I hit the curve first, but I ended up flying over the guardrail. Thank God I didn't hit the guardrail. But, I got the ambulance to come back and get me just to get a scan. But, I just said, man, the road, I just, I want to be I go on the road and I just want to fly. So I was like, I need to go to the track and do it, man.
What did you call your buddy and say? The road jumped out in front of me, man. I don't know what happened.
Actually, a guy pulled up in a Porsche behind me and said, "Hey, man, you all right?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, if you do me a favor, my friend's got my bike. He's on my that CBR 600." I said, "He's down at Sheets. Can you go get him and tell him to come up here?" You know, because I didn't crash his bike. So he went down and told him. And but you know, that guy CB's a good friend. He's a good friend of mine, and he still, you know, he said, "Man, you did me a favor, man. I could have eventually got killed on the thing." And he don't ride anymore, but like, you know, he just didn't ride like us, you know. So, but
the funny story real quick on crashing dealership stuff. So I worked at a dealership. It was snowing. It was ice, and it had been snowing. So we're taking out these 4-wheelers, right? So I'm like, yeah, let's do some donuts. It's a great idea.
Oh yeah.
But somehow, I don't know how I did this. Man, I'm out there doing donuts, and I was like, I'm gonna start doing figure eights. And start doing these figure eights, and I was like, dude, standing up, leaning over. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. So I go to sit down, and next thing I know, I done flipped it. Right, so now I got to go push it back over. I'm like, oh shit. First time I'm gonna get fired straight up, dude.
Yeah,
go home, right? Yeah, go in there, dude. And I'm like, straight to my boss, and I was like, I just flipped a 4-wheeler, just straight up. He's like, what? Are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. He's like, how's the 4-wheeler? I was like, it's got a little bit of damage to it, like the plastics and the rail, whatever. But yeah, it's good. Yeah. She'll run, you know, she still runs. So I had to fix it. But yeah, it was yeah, man. Fun time.
That's how the dealership, you know, I worked at with Rusty. As long as you told the truth, man, he was a good dude. He still is, you know, and I still hang out with him and you know, and help him out when he needs help or I need help. We both kind of look after each other, and great guy to meet. And yeah, I remember working there, and I slammed into a back of another 4-wheeler, you know, loading them, getting them inside, you know, putting them up for the night. And man, it tore the whole back headlights out of the other one. And I said, man, I went right to him, you know, and told him. But I've seen people at the dealership will try to do sneaky stuff, and you know, they don't stay, you know. But if you, you know, come out and tell the truth, man, you know, like you should, then you don't get, you know, it's understandable, you know, and it's gonna happen, you know.
Especially at a dealership when you give them to a bunch of goons like us, if something's gonna happen for sure.
I don't care what it
is. You can't.
Oh, I had him get on me, man. One day I didn't think he was there, and I come around on a 4-wheeler, like a Suzuki 450R on a 4-wheeler. Like I said, I got started on 4-wheelers, and I was just baking the tires on the back coming around, and I didn't know he was right there. He said, he come up to me and he used some cuss words. He was like, "This ain't no race," and you know. And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sorry, man." You know, but
I buy new tires.
More, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just when he wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, me too. Right? Yeah, just when they're not there. Yeah, I got you. Oh man, so going from, you know, the street to finally doing full track days, what got you into racing? You're like, dude, screw it, I'm a race.
Me and my friend, you know, we all was doing track days, and then we were all, and Joshua West was a good friend that used to live in the area, and we used to ride the road with him, and he used to be super fast. I was like, man, I want to be up to speed with him, man. He was on 1,000 though, and I was just like, could keep pace with him, you know, with the 600 on the back roads. And then he was into racing, and he actually said, "Hey man, y'all want to come race? We're up here at Pitt." It was called Beaver Run then. It's called Pittsburgh International Raceway now. But we went up there, man, and got our license, took the class, and me and Daniel, and we met.
Had the orange t-shirt
on, and out there on Michelin, like Pures or something. And the guy said, "Hey man, what are these tires? I've never seen these." I'm like, man, we still learning this stuff, you know.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I got started in the racing. Mainly Josh come up, you know, a friend just said, "Hey man," I wanted to do that anyway. I like the competitiveness of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's ain't nothing like it, dude. I'm looking for I just found it too, man. I've been cleaning out some stuff, and came across my first road race license, bro. Yeah, you still have yours?
I do, man, but I don't know where it's at. I know I do have it because I seen it a couple of days ago. It might be downstairs in some other. I got some older tore up suits that have crashed in, and I got a lot of stuff down there. Actually, when my first award, my wife gave to me because I won the what is it? The mock race you have to do.
Yeah.
To get you to don't crash, and you get a race license. So I won that race, but I was like, man, they didn't give no trophy. So my wife actually printed me one out and made me a mock race trophy.
I love it, dude. I love it. Yeah, look, dude. This is my first road race at 1999 CCS.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Dude, I know. I'm so glad I found it. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I got some of my old ones up here, I think. I see. A couple of them. I see. Yeah, this was my novice. Which I've always done. Weir, man. Weir's always treated me good.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know why I got two.
Dude, I can't find none of my other ones. I have no idea where they are.
Yeah, I try to keep everything, I know I got a lot more stuff downstairs, man, that just I need to do something with it. It just sits down there.
Well, I mean, I try to keep them all too. Just over time, just got lost, I guess. And
some of the stuff, sentimental stuff too. You know.
That's why I was so happy when I found it. I was like, yes, look.
Oh yeah. Even down to my helmets, man. I had that helmet there.
The Tommy.
Yeah, the Tommy dude. I ended up a good cousin of mine. He loved that helmet, and I ended up giving it to him. And then he actually, man, committed suicide. And
oh no.
Yeah, and it just wasn't right with him, and they ended up his brother ended up giving me the helmet back, so it's kind of a sentimental thing to me. Yeah,
100%, dude.
Yeah,
it's I feel you on that, man. I obviously I've been a huge fan of the sport for a long time, so I kept all my posters, man. I got a signed Anthony Gobert poster when he was on the Vance and Hines Ducati, and Penn Bostrom and yada yada yada.
That's the thing about the sport, man. You meet so many people, and it's and then you have the tragedies that hit too. I had a good mentor at the Supermoto track at BR. Me and Steve Broadstreet. I don't know if anybody knows him, but he's a fast guy. He was a really fast guy, big guy, and we clicked up there at Summit Point when I guess a guy checked up off the gas, and I had to either hit him in the back or something, and I crashed, hurt my arm. I never even met him, and he came over and he's like, "Man, are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh man, my bike's tore up, my arm's hurting. I think I broke my arm." And I told him what happened. And then when he seen my hand, he's like, "Holy crap!" He cussed, and he said, "What happened to your hand?" Like it totally changed subject. And I told him, and he had been through that same guy checked the gas up on him, and it messed up his wrist, so he didn't like that guy either. But defensive rider or something, I don't know. But anyway, things happen, out on the track. But he had messed his hand up, and he said, "Man, I started like being his mentor," he said, and we became really close, and we'd always go to VRR and do super. He actually got me faster because he used to be an instructor for Aaron Stevenson. I mean, at Corner
Speed.
Yeah. So, and I rode with a bunch of those guys and some of the fast guys, and that's how I ended up getting, faster. And still working on trying to get faster, I mean,
every day it's a struggle, right? Yeah, man. So, dude, you mentioned you're leading the championship right now, which is awesome. It's coming up to the last race of the season. Just tell everybody, Jason, what series you race in, how many races it was this year, and what bike you race.
Yeah, I'm on a lightweight twin R7. It's built by KWS. And I raced, been racing the national series rounds. Now we did miss 2 rounds, but I ended up getting a couple first places at Cycle Jam, and that kind of threw me in the lead. One in the rain and got another second there. Roebling, I won first place at Roebling this year, a couple seconds. CMP was got on the podium there. I didn't make it to pit. And I didn't make it to the vintage, but we're still holding the lead with 20 points going into the GNF. So we just signed up for that yesterday, and we'll make the trip down to Alabama, baby.
Down to Barber. Let's go. Right.
Yeah.
And who's your competitor? Who's in second? Do I know him?
I don't know. I'd have to look back in. I know my real competitor, I think of is Ethan Jones. Me and him been battling most of the year. And I don't know if he had a couple bad lucks at Cycle Jam. I remember on the outlap, he ended up going down or something. Or I think it was his first time kind of out in mixed conditions when the track was wet, and he throttled it a little too hard. Because when I look back, we got hung up on the grid because he didn't show back up, so they had to go get him, and we had to do another outlap, and then he didn't make that race. But I think it'd have been, if he would have, he'd been right there with me battling, and kind of wish he would, because I enjoyed riding. He's a lot younger than I am, and we kind of feed off each other. His dad's Brian Jones, which I just got in touch with him not long ago. They got the Starlink set up because they are up in the mountains, and when I couldn't get in touch with him, I was thinking the worst, because we always think the worst. But finally he did. His dad answered the phone the other night. So, but thank God for that. So I don't know if they'll make Barber, but I haven't been to Barber I've been running it on the iRacing to learn the layout of it in a car, on the simulator. But I need to do some more of that before I go. But Ethan's been there, and I was like, hey man, I need a tow for practice, and he was going to do that. But I hope they get out, man, and can make it. So
yeah, I met Ethan and his dad. They were pitted right next to you, remember?
Yeah, good people, man.
I can't wait. He's coming on the podcast, so yeah, I'm super excited about that.
Oh yeah,
dude, that's awesome, man. Well, good, man. Listen, I wish you the best of luck, man. I hope you wrap up. I take that back. I don't hope. I know. Will,
we just gotta
wrap up the championship.
Yeah, right? Just do our thing and just ride and have fun.
That's it. That's what it's about. That's what.
Yeah.
So plans for next year, buddy?
I'm going to take I like the R7. It fits me well. I am on a list to get the R9. I think we'll probably start the season back on the R7 again. I'm really thinking, I'll get with a guy, Ricky Alderman works for Triangle Cycles too. He helps me, man. Like, he's coming to Barber. He's not racing and just helping me out in the pits. And if it hadn't been for him, man, it's almost like you got to have some help, because when I tried to do it and everything all myself, and even though my wife has been helpful in all ways, but it's just when you got somebody else there, it's a little less thinking that goes on in the pits about the bike and stuff, and when you got help, it seemed like things clicked with me and him, and we started getting on the podium more. When I had some help, I come out of the trailer and I ain't so burnt up and sweaty, from changing my own tires and doing this, even though my wife's running the tires back and forth, she can't do it all. So the third person, man, I think it really takes a team to get going up there, all together.
No, 100%. You need people don't realize how much goes into it, the work that goes into it, even at a club race. You got the tire, the generator, the warmers when you come in, the stands, getting undressed, shit, you got to put the warmers on an hour before you even go back out to the next session. You got to do some stuff to your bike. If there's stuff to do, I got to check the brakes, I got to do this, I got to do that, and there's really no time to relax. And if you do get to relax, by the time you try to relax, it's time to suit and boot again and prepare for battle, right? So it's
the time just goes by, man.
Dude, bro, it
clicking,
does. And to have that third person there is absolutely imperative, really.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise, it's really difficult. So do you? So that's normally it's just you and your wife, though, right? When you show up. Unless you're there with
this year has been me, my wife, and Ricky. Ricky's done a few races. He's still like a novice and trying to get faster, and I think he's going to race some next year too. But I mean, I'm at the point where I feel like I know if I go to my home track and at VIR, I might try to do a Moto America round. I just need to look into getting the license, and I got the points to do it, and I ain't getting no younger, so if we're gonna do it, we need to do it now.
Let's do it. I'm there. Yeah. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. VR, dude. And I'm there, dude. You need help, dude. Let me know. I'll help you.
I think, man, yeah, we'll look into it, man. I got, like I said, end of this race, I'm probably gonna call Good back up at KWS and just get him to, go through the motor again, make sure everything looks, like do a fresh up because we've been running it. So and then we'll see what happens. But my plan is to get on the R9. I'm calling it like maybe my last bike that I'm trying to, race and get out of. I mean, I probably always do track days if I want to, but I think at an age around 50, I probably need to stop doing the racing. But that's just
no. I call bullshit, man. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we'll see. I enjoy. I don't right now. I don't have no plans of quitting. So,
dude, no. Look at brain fart. Why I got a brain fart? I got his face in my head. He still races in the not super hooligans, but the bagger class.
Oh yeah. I raced I can't think of his name, man. He's a legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's probably in his 70s, and he was right behind me at Roebling, and he actually passed me, and I got him back, and he gave me a fist up. I can't think of the names right now, just because I'm on the live, But I found out, I was like, man, I was racing. Dude's a legend, man.
That's awesome.
I can't remember. He builds a lot of 400s for a lot of fast guys at Moto America.
Dale Quarterly.
Dale Quarterly, that's him. Yeah. That dude was blistering. Actually, man, when he got in front of me, I was watching him, and I said, man, I'm going to ride behind him. I ain't going to try to battle with him right now because I had the power on him, But, I mean, I know he's got built 400s. But, man, he wasn't even getting off the bike and just carrying the speed. I was like, wow, actually learn that you can just ride it lazy if you want, and that's what he kind of teaches a little bit too. So, but I was amazed. I was like, man, and then I found out who he was. I was like, then he fist bumped me after the race. I was like, cool, that was awesome, man.
That is awesome, man. So, dude, yeah, I'm excited to see the new R9, bro. It's coming out when's it coming out? Like the official pictures of it.
I can't remember the release date. I know Ricky called me and asked me, have I seen it? Ricky keeps up with a lot of stuff, man, because I'm just busy at work and stuff. And Ricky works at the dealership. So when he finds something out, man, he calls me right away. Hey, man, But and I get it that way. So and that's great, man. Props to Ricky, man. I couldn't do it without those guys, the Triangle Cycles and Ricky and those guys, man, because it's they keep me up to date on the stuff and stuff like that. So,
and you live in Virginia, right?
Yeah, well, I live in North Carolina, but I'm right on the line. Like I can take some back roads right now in about 20 minutes. Be at VIR. Yeah, lucky me.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, we need to plan a weekend, man, where I come down, hang out with you, and we do some live videos and stuff. Yeah.
I would like to get, man, to me, I would like to get back into doing some of the supermoto stuff at VIR on the kart track. I used to come out there and had the people like, hey, man, you think Dawson's going to show up this weekend? Because they had a little cheater, a little TTR 125 that was, maxed out, man. We even dynoed it and had 12.5 horsepower.
What'd you do to it?
I did a 150 kit in, lightened the flywheel, poured and polished the head, put a bigger carburetor on it, cams, everything you could do to it, the transmission. I mean, it had like 3,500 in the bike, a little bitty bike. And we run MR12 in it, dude. Dude, I think I was running awesome. 38s on it at the
kart track. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome. He said I had a little cheater TTR 125. That's
yeah, I'm dude, actually. When I get out there on it, man, I just get in the groove of it, dude. And I mean, just slam. Like I rode it a couple of times, man, and smoke it brakes, on the front. They were just pads were just the brakes just couldn't take it. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
But I would be, passing the 450s on the outside, in the corner, just having that back tire like,
Dude, that's it's. There's so many benefits to riding a slow bike fast versus a fast bike slow, right? It teaches you so much more.
Oh yeah, man. One day I showed up and it was raining, and the guy that runs Patrick runs the kart track. He's like, man, ain't many people showed up, and it's kind of gonna be raining most of the day. He said, if you want to go out, man, I'm not gonna charge you. And I said, okay. So I said, man, I'm gonna suit up. I had the Bridgestone BT45s on that bike, and I went out on there, dude, and I'm riding. It's fully raining, the track's fully wet, and I'm riding it, and I'm going and going. I'm like starting to get a little bit of the trail braking going on. I'm like on the front. I'm like, no way, no way, no way. And next thing you know, I'm like, wow, these tires are amazing. And I didn't, man, it was like I was flying out there in the rain. And dude, I think that's why when it rains, I'm usually up battling. I don't mind the rain. If it rains, I get a confidence feeling about me. Even Stick Boy that I run the Bridgestone tires. He said, "You came on the line, man, with the track wet, rode up there in first place, and was just calm and collective. All these other guys were over here asking me what tires they want and what they should do, and what they're asking me all these questions." He said, "You didn't even ask nothing. You just went up there and won the race." But yeah, I don't mind the rain, man. If it rains, I do pretty good. I don't know what it is. I've had a lot, I guess, more experience in the rain.
Yeah,
it's kind of about being smooth on the gas,
Yeah, absolutely. It's what it's about.
Yeah, because on the R7, man, I don't really have any electronics doing anything other than the quick shifter, And
you got that R7 you got. That's a nice build. You got a lot of money in that thing, man.
Yeah. I mean, when we ended up running it, and the bad thing about these bikes, we were given some information from a source. I ain't gonna say no names, but I think they gave us the wrong information. We set it up and had it tuned, and I ended up taking it down to Roebling, and it lost power, and I took it to KWS, and he did a leak down check on it and all that, and he said the little keeper under the cam, they got weak valve springs in those. So if you got a stock bike, don't take it another 300 revs over, just leave it. But we were told otherwise in the beginning when they first come out, and luckily it didn't hurt the motor and anything. So I told KWS to just do like a super sport build on it.
That's and then you got the triple clamps and
Attack Performance. They've been good to me about getting me spare levers, spare pegs, anything that's just quick connect. If you crash, you can quick connect them in. That's what I like about Attack Performance. They may really make some good stuff.
Oh, for sure. I met Richard Stramboli at Jersey, so yeah, he's that whole. They are nothing but great things from Attack.
Yeah, they make stuff, man. That we were finding out in the pits. One of my friends, he crashed, and he had some kind of way different set on the BMW rear sets, but my slip ends fit his gear shifter, and he was able to make the race. It was mismatched stuff, but hey, it worked.
I mean, dude, if it gets you there, yeah, absolutely, right?
Oh yeah.
So, absolutely, man, dude, I'm excited, man. So your race, when is your next race? Your last race of the season?
We're going down October 17th at the 52 annual GNF.
Yep, at Barber.
Yep. Yeah, so I think we practice on Thursday. Friday, I think it's the endurance stuff, so we might hang out. I might even see if we can get in the museum or something that day. And then Saturday, Sunday, I'm racing.
Yeah, nice, man. I wish I could make it. I'll be this weekend coming up. I'll go into the Heron compound.
Oh yeah. I've never been out there, man. But
me neither.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I've heard stories of Mike Davis and Blake and all them going.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's I'm going down there to ride with SFL Mini GP. Get to wear my new suit and all boots and all that. I can't wait, dude.
That'd be the first time you break it in, right?
Yep. I'll be out there on a little Honda Grom or Z, whatever, right? Dude, just having fun. That's what it's about.
You'll have a blast, man.
Dude, get my butt kicked by all these little kids and stuff, but I don't care, right? Jules is going to be there, so I just want to kick his butt, right?
There's Amy.
Hello, what's going on? It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
But yeah, man, I'm excited, Jason. I'm proud of you, man, and you're going to wrap up this championship, and next year I can't wait to see the R9, man. It's going to be It's gonna be good, man.
Oh yeah, I think so, man. And I think it's gonna be a fun bike. It's gonna be right there at my power curve, where I might be struggling with it for a little while, but then I raced the R6 for a long time. So
oh well, then, dude, yeah.
But
what do you expect the R9 to be? What do you think it is?
I think it's going to be a little bit lighter. I hope it's going to keep that front end feel kind of like the R7. Because it's going to be a 3-cylinder bike. A friend of mine's got the what is it? It's the same motor that's in one that's out now, MT-09.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's been wanting me to take it for a spin. I hadn't been over there to do it yet, but
you should. They're awesome.
Yeah. I like the sound of it just from the beginning. I've always kind of liked the Triumph 3-cylinder too. My buddy had a Triumph, and I rode some of his on his. The bike seemed like the Triumph just really, flip flop really quick, and kind of like the R7. And haven't never rode the Aprilia, but I've been battling them Aprilias all year. Just kind of struggling with them. I'm like, man, I gotta get them on the brakes because they match up the power. I think they have more power, to be honest. I think they do have a bigger air box or something. But the Aprilia has been tough to try to, keep up with.
They are fast, and it's a beautiful machine. I always like the R7 too. It's a beautiful machine. I've ridden the Triumph 675. Man, I'm a huge fan. I'm a twin guy at heart. The RC51, the Ducatis, yada yada yada. But my next best motor is a triple. I love a triple, dude. A triple. They are, man, dude. They're so nimble. And they rev really quick, and they sound so freaking good.
The mid range is there, and
dude, throughout the whole thing, right? It's
the whole.
It's not like an inline 4. You get on an inline 4, and then it's like, where a twin, of course,
I used to ride the Hondas, back in like 14, 15, racing back then on the Hondas, and did pretty good on the Honda. But I used to even call it the R6 eater because. On the R6, you had to keep the revs up high. And I didn't even know that when I was riding the Honda. And then my buddy's like, hey, man, you need to get your R6, man. Come to the dark side. And ended up getting one. And he was right. He said, man, you're going to have to ride it a lot different line than you did on your – because, man, a lot of times on the Honda, if I could beat him on the brakes and the guys on the R6, he's taking a, like, longer route out to keep his RPMs up. I'm down low power, so I just – pull up on the inside, beat him on the brakes, and just throttle out, and he couldn't get back around. But then down the straightaway, it was another story. I'm looking for a draft, on the Honda. The mid-range was not there, But when I jumped on the Yamaha, I fell in love with it. I didn't like it at first, but then after I started riding it harder, I was like, man, it just feels at home, I feel comfortable with it. So I got stuck on the Yamaha, then. But Yamaha has been, pretty good to me. And we had the Blue Crew stuff going on a couple of years ago, and that's where you get, you get a couple first places. They pay contingencies and stuff. So,
dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, Blue Crew, Blue Chews. Is that what you said? Did I hear you correctly?
Blue Crew. Blue Crew.
He said Blue Crew. I know. I was messing with you, Blue Chews, baby.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's good stuff, man. Dude, that's awesome. Dude,
I
Jason,
got you can't see it because the two fingers. I usually show up with the little alien.
I see him.
Stuff at the track.
Yeah. I like it. It's good stuff. Well, good, man. I can't wait to see you again, man. Hang out when you go in VR again.
I don't know, man. We'll look after this round and see if there's any dates. Late October, maybe November. I don't know. Pre might be out there late October. I know they do a Halloween thing where you can go out there and show up in a costume, which I usually have done before. Freak everybody out. Like, I don't know, who is that?
What you gonna be this year for Halloween?
I usually that big tall Reaper dude. Are you saying what jets flying over, man? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What'd you say, Chris?
I said, what's the costume this year?
Oh, man, I think I'm gonna do like Count Dracula or something. A big, tall Count Dracula.
Yeah, I like it. What are you gonna walk on some stilts?
No, it's got a thing that blows up and you set it on. You
okay, yeah. Yeah.
We even went to the when VRR hosted that Blue Ridge Rock Fest. I was like, man, this is awesome. You can go out here and rock out and race out here. They're doing two things out here. But it was a nightmare this year. You know, if anybody went, it was just horrible. The storm come through and messed the things up, and the staff, they oversold the tickets again. And I'm glad VRR is not doing that again.
Well, yeah, dude, that's something I missed. I wish I would have made one.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to see Dayseeker tomorrow.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, because they have concerts there, right?
Well, they were starting to at VIR, you know, doing some of that concert stuff, and then that last bad one happened. I hope they don't do it anymore.
He said, just stick to two wheels.
Yeah, just stick with racing and two wheels. They finally got the bikes back out there, man.
And I can't wait,
man. When I found out they, you know, in 2019 they weren't going to be back out there in 2020, man, I was like heartbroken, man.
Yeah, me too.
I was like, man, don't do this, you know. And I'm glad to see it back out there.
Oh, me too. Please don't take my VRR away from me, you dirty, dirty dogs.
I know, man.
Right?
Especially when you live right beside it, you know.
Dude, yeah. Well, good, man. Knowing that, when I come to VR, I just crash with you at your place since you.
Dude, I got a full downstairs. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah,
bro.
Dude, I will, and that saves me the drive back, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Even though it's not that far, yeah. Dude,
I'll shoot you my address anytime, man. If you want to stay here when the Motor America rounds come, even if I'm not racing in it, I'll be there. You know, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're welcome to stay here, man.
All right. Yeah,
we'll do
All
that.
Right. Yeah, I'll definitely take you up on that offer, 100%.
Oh yeah, dude.
But dude, listen, this has been a lot of fun, Jason. We're definitely gonna have to run a part 2.
All right.
Because there's just absolutely yeah. Yeah, we'll definitely do a part 2. I love that, dude. You're awesome. Yeah. But listen, before we get off here, Jason, I want to ask you. I'm going to switch the interview up and ask you some personal questions so people get to know Jason away from the legend that you are. So, are you a coffee drinker?
No, not really, man. I have drank it, but it's not an everyday thing for me.
I like coffee. I like my coffee. So yeah. Tell us something we don't know about you.
Say something. I used to play golf.
Dude, the PlayStation don't count, homie.
No, I got golf clubs over here.
I know.
I played 4 years in high school.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
But it was a frustrating sport to me. You know, racing can be a little frustrating too, but not as bad as golf. I thought, you know, it's just I was playing like competitive too, and it just real mood. It put me in a bad mood.
Yeah, you don't need that.
No.
If a sport puts you in a bad mood, you don't need to play.
I used to sling clubs, and you know, when I was younger. You know, probably didn't have the patience you know I got now. But I used to sling clubs, get thrown out of tournaments, didn't show up for practice because you know I thought I was good enough that I didn't have to practice.
Yeah, right. You're like, I got this. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, me and my buddies went jet skiing, and the coach. We showed up for the next match. Me and my friend CB that played golf. And he was number one. He was the number one player. I was the number 2 player on the team. And then, you know, we had the lower scores but we skipped practice and went jet skiing on my jet skis. And then we came back to show up for the tournament. And he kicked us out. We didn't get to play, man.
He's like, hell no.
They lost.
You didn't invite him to ride the jet skis. That's why, man.
I know.
Bro, yeah, absolutely, dude. That's funny. So what's your worst habit, bro?
Worst habit. Let's see. Worst habit.
I bet your girl's got an answer for that.
Yeah, she probably does.
I'm surprised she ain't popped in.
She says sometimes, I guess worst habit would be like, she says like when I say or talking or get excited, I do this humming, and I don't catch myself doing it. So I'd say that would probably be my worst habit. Is like they say I do like or some, I don't know what it is, but yeah, she's always like, there he is humming again. He's thinking about something. So I guess that's my bad habit is humming.
He said. Oh my God. So dude, Jason, everybody knows I'm a big audiobook listener too, right? I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Is that something you do too as well?
Nah, man, I listen to a lot of music, you know, but not audiobooks. Maybe something I might need to do though.
Yeah, dude. Listen, I really enjoy audiobooks. They're it's better if I read books, I go to sleep unless it's a shop manual. I'm not talking about a freaking motorcycle shop manual, right? But
Yeah.
audiobooks, man, you just learn a lot more. Of course, I'm a huge motorcycle audiobook listener too.
Oh yeah.
I'll give you one to recommend, dude. Is John Hopkins Leathered. You
Oh, okay.
absolutely have to download that and listen to it. You'll be like, holy shit, for
Okay.
real. It
Hey
is.
man, if you don't mind, text me that and so
I
I can
will.
remember.
No, I
Yeah,
got you.
I
Yeah,
will do
I'll
it.
text it to you.
A lot of times
Um,
I just got to jar that memory,
I
and
know.
I'll get it done one day. And
Bro, listen, I'm bad. If I didn't use my calendar and all my notes on my phone, I'd be absolutely lost every
I
day. So
know
yeah,
I got
I feel
tons
you.
of notes at work in my phone, dude. I have to keep up
No,
with elevator codes and all kinds of stuff in different buildings, and it just goes on and on. You know how it is.
I do. Facts. Absolutely, I do. Um, do you listen to any podcasts? And if so, what podcast do you listen to? And what can you recommend to people that are listening or that's going to listen to this?
Man, listen to Pin the Gas, Chris podcast. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks, bro. Thanks for all the love. It means a lot. It really does. And I'll
Yeah,
tell
thanks
you,
for having me on, dude. I mean, I
yeah, man.
appreciate it.
No, listen, the honor's all mine, but we ain't done yet. I got a couple more questions
All
before we
right.
end this. Um, of course, who's your favorite comedian?
I say Jim Carrey.
Dude, Jim Carrey was a dude back in the day, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, all his movies were good. I remember The Mask and Pet Detective. That shit had me
Oh
crying
yeah. Even the
laughing.
stuff on Saturday Night Live. Yeah.
Bro.
I say
Yeah,
him first, and then Chris Farley.
dude,
Yeah.
I do. Mine's my all-time favorite comedian is George Carlin, hands
Oh
down.
yeah, yeah. He's good.
He's yeah, he's absolutely freaking hilarious, man. Movie. What's your all-time favorite movie?
All-time favorite movie. I don't. That's a hard one, dude. There's so many good movies. I like old school stuff like Fugitive.
All right,
Um,
top three then.
top three. I say Fugitive be like number three. I've always liked Halloween because it's Halloween. All time. I don't know. Even down to Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
you
Forrest
know.
Gump's good. Yeah. So do you like horror flicks?
Yeah, me and my wife, we watch a lot of like horror flicks and stuff all the time. Sometimes because we'd be like, "Hey, you want to watch a scary movie? Yeah, let's watch a scary movie."
Absolutely. Yeah, we do too. My son, ever since he was little, he likes scary movies. So we watch scary movies a lot. And Halloween's one of my favorite time of the year, dude.
Yeah, dude. I even got a big clown on top of the toy hauler now that blows up and does his head like.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. My buddies down the street, they're all into it too. We go down there every year and they got freaking, the 500. Well, I don't know how much they pay for. It was a lot, dude.
Yeah. I've spent some money on that stuff.
Yeah, it's cool as shit though. I'm like, dude, that thing is so badass, Dude, bro, what's for dinner tonight?
I don't know, man. We've been on vacation, and actually, my wife's had a long break, so she hadn't had to cook in a long time. She went to a little concert last night. Chris Riley, a country singer, came into town, and so luckily, the little place up the road cooked some home cooking, and I went up there. So I don't know, man. I'll have to ask her. Usually, we eat around 6:30ish to 8ish. It just depends, how our schedules come in. We both actually work at the same company. Which is kind of odd, but I don't. We're out of the same office, so I do go in the office and do some like stuff and see her, and then I'm out in the field most of the time. But but no, I don't know what's for supper, man. I'll have to ask her.
Yeah, I need to figure it out too.
I've seen her come in with some stuff, so I'm sure it's something.
I need to, man. I'm freaking hungry, so we'll get off. That's what I'm gonna do.
Chris said, "What's for dinner tonight?" Spaghetti.
There you go. I love it.
Garlic cheese.
Garlic.
Made out of Hawaiian rolls.
Garlic cheese and what?
Garlic cheese bread made out of Hawaiian rolls.
Did you hear?
Yep, I did. Absolutely sounds good. Absolutely sounds good.
What are you gonna eat?
Man, I don't know, dude. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna eat. I made spaghetti the other night. I had flank steak, but I hadn't taken it out the freezer yet, so that's a no-go. I did burgers last night, man. I might honestly, dude, I might just run down to Food Line down here. They have I don't eat a lot of bread, but I like the non bread I make pizzas out of, but they have this home they make Asiago cheese bread in their bakery, right? And you can buy like
Oh, yeah.
a half loaf. So I buy a half loaf, make a grilled cheese and maybe some chicken noodle soup, man.
Man, that sounds good.
Dude, yeah, for sure.
The weather, next week's gonna be cooling off, and I'm a soup eater too.
Me too, bro. I love soup.
That's when I don't eat a lot of it in the summer, but dude, I love some homemade soup.
Me too, bro. So when it gets cold outside in the wintertime, I use it as my my breakfast, right? You can heat up some soup, put it in an adult sippy cup, right? You could drink it and eat
Take
it.
To work
and then,
with you.
yeah, dude, you're full while you drink it. Yeah, it's good, man. Dude, if you can invite any 3 people to a track day, Jason, what 3 people would you invite?
Probably my friend Ricky. 3 day. I'd say Blake Davis because he's fun to hang out with.
Yes.
Hadn't hung out with him a long time, and his dad. I'd say it's Blake Davis, him, and Ricky.
Yeah, I talked to Blake Davis is coming on the podcast, and his dad is too. I'm gonna get his dad on.
Oh yeah,
so,
Mike.
Yeah,
good.
I got his number, dude. I think it's important to get the parents on because they could tell a story of how their kids got into. You know, the kid will tell a similar story, but the kid's view is different, right? But the parents can talk about the ins and outs, the cost, what to expect raising a child, getting into this sport, and what routes to take, or what route they took, what they recommend, and all that, right? Just for the parents that listens to these that might be interested in getting their kid on too. So let me ask you this, dude. If you had your own private island and you could have one racetrack on that island, what's the one racetrack you'd have on your island?
I'd say Road Atlanta because it's kind of got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, right. I've never ridden there. I'm gonna do a track.
So a lot of elevation. It's fun. It takes a lot of getting used to it. I remember racing there and was getting pretty fast on the 600 there. Top maybe 5, 6. With some of the faster guys in the Weir and organization, but I can't remember what my times were there. 37s or 30 something like that. But I hadn't rode there, man, in like 1 year, and I went back, and that track kicked my butt. I just I wasn't in it. I don't know. I really wasn't going in the weekend. I got really fatigued real bad on the next day, and I decided to just not race the next 2 races because I had a good start, and I hadn't been there in a year, and I was picking the track back up. But man, at the physical part of it was just. And then I got out front, but man, I was just making mistake, and just getting pushed back, man. Like I think I went in turn 1 first or second, and held that for a while, and then I made mistake, and I went to the restroom, and I was like, man, I'm peeing yellow, and it's not good. I'm gonna end up. You learn that as you go, I guess. To kind of know
hydrate.
Hydrate or know when your body's not at 100%.
Yeah,
to be on the bike.
Yeah,
and to me, that's just danger in other riders. So, like I said, I went up to the Weir official and told him, and they gave me credits, and that's why I like racing with the Weir mostly. They've been, it's a great organization if you want to get started in racing. And I've raced some other few organizations too as well, and all of them are good organizations. So.
Yeah, no, dude, you're absolutely right. It's I love our beautiful circus we're in, right? It's everybody's beautiful. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Dude, are you a beer or wine guy?
I'll go to like the wine tastings or just taste the wine. I don't like just drinking the wine. I'll taste it and say, it does taste good, but I just don't go out and buy the wine just to drink. I drink like beer. My favorite beer is a Heineken. I like the Heineken.
Oh my God! I was gonna ask you any tattoos, but you showed us your tattoo, so I know you got some. Yeah,
I got one there, and I got another one there that's like a shield.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I put
Yep.
that one on because I've had a lot of shoulder injuries right there due to racing, fractured humerus, dislocations 3 or 4 times. Seems like I always go out on that side for some reason.
Oh my god, dude, are you a Star Wars or a Star Trek guy?
Star Wars.
What character would you be in Star Wars?
Man, I like to be the bounty hunter.
Dude, wouldn't that be cool? Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I want to be the bounty hunter. I love it, dude. Dude, what is your all-time favorite meal?
All-time favorite meal. I like I love chicken Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo is good.
Yeah.
Absolutely it is. Dude, celebrity crush.
Celebrity crush. That's a hard one.
There's many,
Back
right?
in the day, I would say, Ben, this is back in the day, not now. Christine Aguilera.
Yeah.
I liked her for some reason.
Of course, dude. That was one of the greatest TV shows ever.
Yeah.
Married with Children, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. Al Bundy was the fucking dude, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Dude, my celebrity crush is Ryan Reynolds, dude.
Oh shit.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh man.
Oh my god, dude, bro. Listen, are you PlayStation or Xbox?
I got a PlayStation.
What game's in the console right now?
Probably either Crew 2 or some virtual game. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Hadn't played it in a while. I've been playing the iRacing PC though.
I got Ride 5. I've been playing that. Dude, in the new Star Wars Outlaws game, yeah, that was really good.
Shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a what is it? The Oculus VR too.
I got that too.
Yeah. I hadn't played that as much. I don't know. I kind of like I did it on the iRacing, like put it on and everything's there, and and I got the little wheel and simulator stuff, but I like it on the bigger screen than just doing the VR. I don't know why, because I think it's just the way that it's coming to me. Feet per second on the VR versus the feet per second on the monitors. So
no, you're right. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It's a lot.
Because when I take it off, it's you get up to walk around. It feels a little different, and then it'll come all back. But it's like I don't like that feeling.
It hits a little different, right?
Yeah,
for sure. Absolutely, it does. Do you follow MotoGP, World Superbike, British Superbikes, or anything like that?
Yeah, man. I used to do it a lot, man. I hadn't done it, like I should. I want to because I used to have a prescription for it.
I got a prescription too.
I did, and I don't now, but I found out that Max, Cinemax, Max,
Skinemax.
Yeah, Skinemax. Yeah. They got it. I got a prescription on there, but you have to stream it when it's live, and you can't go back and get it. So I've been missing some because the 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. Haven't been really keeping up with it. But my wife loves Marquez. I've always been a Marquez fan.
Okay, all right. Well, listen, I got great news. You can watch British Superbikes for free.
Oh yeah.
Bennett'sBritishSuperbike.com. There you go. There's a race this weekend. I'm pretty sure there's a race this weekend. I have to look. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah, I'm almost positive. Yeah, it's one of my favorite organizations because they race superbikes with no electronic assist on them, right? It's all old school proper. And my favorite racetrack, as you know, is Cadwell Park. So absolutely, bro.
Did you get to ride the track?
No, I will next year. Plan on
awesome,
next year. So
you definitely got a video that one.
Oh, I will for sure. Yeah. Do you have any like superstitions when you prepare for battle? Like, do you put left boot on before your right boot, or you just kind of like
your routine? Man, always when I do get on the bike, I just say a prayer every time. That's I think everybody does. I would hope, but I'm sure there's some that don't. But I mean, that's just me. Every time I get on there, because you never know what other riders are doing. What can happen. It just things happen. Doing it. But yeah, that to me is, take deep breaths, relax, and I kind of do a little routine. I sweat a lot, so my body loses a lot of salt content really fast. So I do this stuff called Celtic salt.
Yeah, salt
Just-
pills.
Yeah, and you just
Yeah.
throw them in your mouth. Don't keep them in your mouth. Just swallow them, and you get your salt content back up. Because I just pour sweat, dude. And the new I had the Air Tech 10 suit, and because I wanted to be protected after an incident I had in May 22. A guy slammed on the brakes in front of me, hit a false neutral, and I collected him. Woke up, I was in ICU in May of 2022 at CMP. And after that, dude, I was like, man, I got to get an air suit. And but man, the air suit I got, I want to look into something different. It's so hot, more hotter, because it's that airbag on the chest is just, you can't get air to it,
Yeah.
But I like it. It's protective. But man, it's super hot, than just having the back protector and no air suit. I thought about just going back to that, but my wife's like, no, you're putting on the air suit.
I don't, dude. My suit, I don't think's airbag compatible.
Yeah.
I gotta ask
so
Bison. I have to ask Bison about that.
Yeah, ask them, man. I mean, sometimes, you might if it depends on the room in it too, because a lot of times if you do get an air ride suit or they got different, models now, it already has the back protector in it. So you'll be losing your back protector and it'll probably fit, in there. Yeah, I got hurt and, I was like, man, I need to buy the greatest thing, racing bar to bar, and you don't know what the other person can do. And I mean, it can happen to you. You hit lose a gear and somebody collect you and it's your fault. It happens.
So, and it happens quick too.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I have one more question and then we'll do all our shout outs. And
all right.
So dude, listen, if you, Jason, had your own Superbike team in Moto America, you're going to start a new team next year, 2025. Yeah. What's the manufacturer of motorcycles you're going to have? And what are the two current riders you're going to put on your bikes out of Moto America?
Dude, I'd say Yamaha, and you talking about the CC, what I'd have?
Oh, no, this is Superbike class. So Yamaha, what two riders currently that are racing would you put on your bike?
I do Yamaha and let's see. I say we put Blake Davis up there on 1,000.
I say it too. I'm with it.
I think he's already rode a couple times on one. I don't know that without talking to his dad, but I hadn't talked to him in a while, so it'd be good to see him on. And I've definitely listened to that podcast with Mike.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be they're going to be two individual ones, but yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, absolutely. I always love running into Blake because he's 45 minutes from me. He lives in Lynchburg. I'm in Roanoke.
Yeah. I used to ride with him when he was real small. Him and his dad would, they'd be out at VIR, and they were, Blake's always rode either dirt bike, and then he got into that, and I seen him out at the track, and at the time I was keeping up with him, and then when he started getting faster and faster, I'm like, I can't keep up with this kid no more. Same way with Kayla. One time we were doing it was a night race. No, it wasn't a race. We were doing like an endurance thing, like Supermoto endurance. And it was some heat lightning going on in the background, and the lights were on at VIR. Dude, it was killer, man. We were just having a time. And I didn't have a teammate at the time. And I think Blake and Kayla had been on it. They were on a team. So they would pit, she'd get on or whatever. Well, Blake crashed. And I was like, I got to go now, And I put him 5 laps down. So, and then when Kayla got on, I forget. I think she might have got a lap or two back, and then I came in, but I had no partner, and dude, I sat down and I was going to drink our Gatorade really fast, right? I was like, I'll get back out there, and I'm just pouring sweat, and I'm like, I can't, I'm gonna try to beat these young kids, and dude, I sat down just for a minute to get an air, and I couldn't get back up. And next thing you know, I was 5 laps down. Well, anyway, I went back out just to mess around with them. And one of the turns, we were Kayla was real small. I don't even know how old she was then, and her dad, Dave. I came down the straightaway, and it was between 2 riders. She was on the outside and another rider on the inside. And it was in the slow turn, real hard to the left, where you just, and I was on that cheater TTR. And man, I just went between them and prayed, and I just slammed on the front brake and got it in there and got it turned. Later that she came back around me, somewhere, a couple laps later. But when we came in, she came over to my pits, and she was like, "I don't understand." I was like, What do you mean you don't understand?" She's like, "I don't understand how you got by us and not crashed on the front." Because I said, "Well, I had the brake lever all the way in, and I feel the front tire slide." And I said, "I thought I was going to take, you out and all of us, And she goes, "I know, I had my brake all the way in too, And but ever since then, I've seen her progress, and man, she's super fast, and they always was excited to see her and Blake, go battle. That was a show for itself,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, yeah, stay tuned because she's coming on too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one. But Jason, dude, listen, this has been so much fun. It's been an absolute honor to have you on. I'm looking forward to part 2, which I'll call you and
All
we'll
right.
schedule one. But before we get off here, I'll let you give your shout outs, but I want to give mine out first, real quick. Dude, thanks so much to Next Level Financial. If anybody is interested, reach out. Seth Starnes is actually amazing. It's something that I do because I want to make sure, my family's okay in case anything happens. But it's not only for that, it's, for work and your taxes, dude, there's so much more into it, man. And he is absolutely amazing. So Next Level Financial, a big shout out to Bison, dude. They're absolutely amazing. My friends, Robert and Tosh, I love them so much, and they do proper mega things for our sport. I recommend everybody go to bisontrack.com and get that suit started. Trust me, you will thank me later. You'll thank Jason later. Well, not
yeah.
Jason, but you'll thank everybody, right? Custom suit is absolutely where it's at. Big shout out to Chef Eats. I don't know why you guys are slacking. You should be on there ordering your Chef Eats meals. They're absolutely simply amazing. Everything that I get from Chef Eats is absolutely on point. It's quick, it's easy, it's healthy, super delicious. So chefeats.com, Flying Eyes Optics. For all your sunglass needs, you can go to flyingoptics.com. Use the discount code PENDEGAS10 and receive 10% off. Big shout out to RD Racing, my man Jake Marsh over there in the UK, and all my friends over there in the UK. Good luck this weekend. I'll be cheering for you guys. Vet2 Track. Any veterans out there, my buddy Jim Whitman has a program, vet2track.com. Curing PSTD one lap at a time. So absolutely amazing program. If you can't get in touch with them, reach out to me. I'll put you in direct contact. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP. I can't wait to see all my Florida friends next weekend and get my butt kicked. It's going to be a lot of fun. If anybody out there is interested in getting their child into racing or to proper ways of riding, learning to ride a motorcycle, the fundamentals, even not just kids, but adults. I don't care if you're 60, 70 years old, you had the dream of always wanting to drag that elbow, right? Look no further than the SFL Mini GP, whether you're in Jersey, up north, or down south. Their programs are absolutely amazing. You just register, you show up, you don't have to have a bike, boots, leathers, gloves, nothing. They provide everything. And while you're there, it's a good opportunity to bring, if you bring your kid along just to try it in the sport instead of spending thousands of dollars on the gear and the bike and all that, right? Just rent it, show up, and see how they like it. If they like it, you can also rent other bikes too as well. Big shout out to 64 Degree Racing, my man Tate. Man, I love my two-piece undersuit. It's absolutely amazing. I think it's the XC1. The undersuit is, bro, I freaking absolutely in love with that undersuit. And last but not least, my man Martin at the Clothing Kings. All my friends out there in the UK and here in the US, it can go to clothingkings.co.uk and get all your Pendergast merch. Man, we got beanie hats, soft shell jackets, all pretty much everything that I wear. So except for my shirts I just got in from Bison right there. But listen, I love every one of you guys. Thank you guys and girls so much. Man, it means a lot to me. If you guys have not had a chance yet, please go to my YouTube channel, my Podbean, all that stuff, Spotify. Hit that like and subscribe bell. It helps me out a lot. And Jason, bro, I just said a mouthful. It's your turn. Where can everybody find you at?
Oh yeah. I give my shout outs, man. Shout out to Triangle Cycles out of Danville, Virginia. The crew there has been, Rusty and his crew. If I have a big issue with the bike or something, I can just take it down there. They help me out. especially on like ordering parts. Ricky, the guy in parts, give him a call down there, man. He definitely loves his job and what he does with the motorcycles. He's very knowledgeable. He knows how to tune dyno and stuff like that as well. Shout out to Vortex Racing. They've always helped me out. Attack Performance. Those guys are killer. When you just call them up, tell them what you want. They'll make it for you and ship it right to you. And give you a bunch of stickers and give you a lot of information as well. Let's see. I know I got more, man. I just got Rye helmets for keeping me safe. Bridgestone tires, man. Finally got my Bridgestone money where I can, get some tires, contingency. Shout out to Stick Boy for the Bridgestones, and shout out to Weir. Shout out to Chris and the Pendergast for having me on. Yep. And shoot, I know I'm missing some, dude. Trying to think. Shout out to my wife, come support me. She's, my biggest fan. I got videos of her. If you ever on my TikTok, man, she's out there yelling like no tomorrow. If I got a hole shot, she's like, I can't believe he's in front. Yeah, go. So she has. I've had some guys, man, come up to me and they wish their wife was like that. And I feel lucky that I got a supporter like that. No matter what race it is or whatever, she supports me 100%. You can see it in the video,
Yeah. You are lucky.
I've had guys, they seen the video that I've raced against. I ain't naming names, but they'll say, man, I wish my wife would be out there yelling at me like that, and it kind of makes you feel good, when you got somebody like that. I couldn't do it without her, man. It's like I said, it's a team, and the cost of things is just outrageous doing the stuff. So, but it's something I'm gonna do, and it's a goal. We're gonna try to do it. So,
and you're gonna wrap up this championship.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. And be the first championship I ever won, but I'm glad I'm doing it on the R7. So the bike's been good to me, and I always wanted to have a goal of going through a season or a year or even doing the track days and trying to get pick it up and get faster and learn I had it this year. When I started out, man, I'm doing pretty good. I hadn't crashed any, and that was one of my goals. Is I know I can run up in the front and be competitive and consistent times, and just it all comes down to the mistakes, but I was like, man, I want to make it through with 1 year without dropping this, crashing on the bike. And we went to our home track and ended up crashing, but I was so close, making it through the whole year without having any crashes. But every year, I don't know what the statistic is. It would be good to find statistics on other riders they made it through, because you don't know if they crashed on a track day or practicing or qualifying, or you just don't know. Like I'd like to see statistics. So like this guy hadn't crashed in 3 years, and he's still winning, because we all crash, man. And,
facts.
Oh yeah, facts, man. So I don't know if anybody has statistics like that. It'd be interesting to find out, because it was one of my goals to do, and it still is a goal to finish a season, the races I'm going to do. If I do 8 rounds, to finish all 8 rounds with no crashing.
So let's make it happen in 2025.
Yeah, man, we can do it, man. Even run maybe a Motor America, get signed up,
Dude, we're going to make this happen. We are going to make this happen. My friend, listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute honor to sit down with my friend and the legend, Jason Doss, man. Thank you so much for coming on, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me, brother.
Stay with me for a second. All right, guys. I'll see you later. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of your weekend. I hope your Friday is proper as mega as you guys are. This episode will be out on Spotify and iHeart and all that good stuff tomorrow. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll guys see you tomorrow because I got a podcast Saturday and Sunday. So see you guys. All right.